Yeah, so I mean, I had 1 year of eligibility left. So the biggest thing on my list was coming to a winning program, an established program, and I feel like there's no better place than JMU. And when I came on my visit, just talking to Coach Chesney and Coach Kennedy, just seeing how the offense was, it was the most pro-style offense. And for me, my goals for the future, I feel like it was the best place for me. And also seeing where the running backs had left, I felt like it was a great place for opportunity for me to come in and play right away. So.
You feel like you fit in perfectly in Kennedy's offense?
Definitely, we can do a lot from the backfield, running the ball, catching the ball, and so it's just a very explosive offense. Like I said, a very pro-style offense, and so I'm very excited.
What have been your impressions of Coach Sims and then Coach Smith?
Uh, Honestly, I've been enjoying all of them. Really, when they came in, I've learned so much from them already. I feel like being an older guy, you kind of may seem like you know it all, but like they've really opened my mind to a lot more new things, and so I'm really excited.
What are some of those new things that they brought out in your game?
Yeah, so in the past, pass protection was like very simple. There's like a man side and a short side. I'm learning now there's more like double short side, which is called scanning. I'm sorry if I'm like talking, if this makes no sense at all. But now I'm learning how to scan, and like, in the pros, that's like a very important thing for running back to be able to see. I'm learning how to like read coverages and all that stuff, and just seeing all those tendencies. And so just being a pro, honestly, learning how to watch film, stuff like that.
Do you think that's sort of Coach Smith's background? You worked with the Giants last year. Do you think he's bringing more of an NFL sort of style into the offense?
Definitely. I've had a lot of one-on-ones with him, and I've learned a lot from him already, and so just willing to soak it all up this year.
You've had a lot of people in this running back room that have made plays throughout camp. You talk about George Pettaway, Joby Mallory, some other guys that have impressed you in your room.
Yeah, I mean, from all those guys, we got KB, we have Wayne Knight, very explosive, like you said, George and Joby. I feel like we're a really, and Tyler Purdy. I feel like we're a really complete running back room. We all do something pretty much different, but we're all very explosive.
How's it been running behind this offensive line with a lot of snaps, a lot of experience?
It's been amazing, honestly. I mean, if you're out there, you'll see the holes are there. So as a running back, everyone always gives us like the praise, but we only go as they go, and so we got to give praise to those big guys up front.
And the other side of the line, the defensive line, has had some impressive players, but a lot of new faces coming into that fold.
Yeah.
Who's really been making your life tough?
I'm gonna say Chris. Chris, D linemen aren't really interior D linemen. You don't really think they can run with you, but Chris, he's been hitting some top speeds of like 16, 17, 18 miles per hour. It's kind of scary when someone that big is running after you. So I would say Chris kind of impressed me a lot.
What's it been like? You kind of mentioned, newer running back room, just in the sense of the last year's group left. What's it like kind of forming those bonds when so many of you are new faces to the program?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. When we first got here, like you said, we were all new, so we had to put in the effort to get to know each other. And I feel like right now, we're all in the dorms, so we're forced to be around each other. But other than that, we just always liked hanging out together, and I feel like our bond is really close right now.
Staying on campus right now with the entire team, what is that like? The moments away from the field. Too?
Yeah, I mean, it's different. Being an older guy, I have a one-bedroom apartment, but coming to the dorms with a roommate is it gives me flashbacks to my freshman year. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the team bonding, so can't complain about it.
Is there anyone that's maybe staying up too late at night and you're like, okay, we need to go to bed, we practice in the morning?
Nah, we're all pretty disciplined about that. So they come and do room checks anyway, but we're all going to sleep pretty early.
Who is your roommate?
George Pettaway. Yeah.
For this running back room, a lot of new faces. I know we've all touched on it in some way. What are your expectations as a group this year? JMU last season, the running back room didn't necessarily have the success that I think a lot of fans expected. Coming into this year, were there any changes implemented, and what are you guys expecting for the room as a whole?
The expectation when I got here was we're going to be explosive, and seeing the guys we have, it's the same. I feel like we're going to be much more explosive than we've seen recently in the past few years, and that's just a credit to like the guys that we have as well as the offense that we put in. And I feel like Coach Kennedy is very much a guy who makes plays around his players, and you're going to see a lot of that this fall.
Have you took George under your wing a little bit? Like, talk a little bit about the talent he has and your expectations.
A lot of people may think George is a young guy. I mean, he kind of is, but to me, I see him like a vet, so he came from a great program. And so me and him, I learned from all the guys, being an older guy, everyone may think that I'm like coaching up everyone, but I learned from guys like Wayne, from KB, and the same, I hope that they learn from me too. So I feel like we're just learning from each other, honestly.
How important is it to have that mindset learn from someone who may be a little bit younger than you?
I feel like it's important. I'm a very humble person. I feel like my background is just I was a walk-on before, so I know how it is to like just take every opportunity that you have, and so I can never get too high to continue to learn. That's why I'm happy that guys like Wayne, guys like GP, guys like TP. We had an incoming freshman linebacker who coached me up yesterday just on a one-on-one, and so just learning from guys like him it's pretty important, honestly.
And then there's a promise to the offensive line so far about if you guys have a certain number of rushing yards in the game, you'll take them out to dinner.
Yes, yes.
How often are you hoping to do that this year?
Every single game, and you will see us. You will see us at was it O'Neill's? Yeah, don't worry. We'll take a quick little group pic and we'll post it up there for y'all.
As a former walk-on, did you ever expect to have your career go from North Texas, from Texas itself, to Harrisonburg, Virginia, playing for JMU? Like, what has your journey been from walk-on to today?
Yeah, I mean, I never expected this much. I always had high hopes for myself. I always expected to get on the field, and just to be able to do that within 1 year when I was a walk-on, all I can really do is just give glory to God because He gave me the opportunity, and I just took advantage of it. So.
Have you played as your player yet in EA college football? It's kind of crazy. I'll say that. How do you think they did you justice?
Man, is it arrogant to say yes? Like, I have played with him. I have siblings too who also are in the game, so I played against them, and it's fun being able to like destroy them with my character. So it's pretty interesting. It's fun. Hey, I like that. I like that.
Who's the best sibling in the game?
You're talking to him right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, when we were talking to Pat, he was saying how the install's in. So how do you guys hope to take the next step as a unit given first scrimmage on Saturday?
Honestly, we're just gonna go out there and just play ball, and we're really big on just playing ball and then watching film and like making corrections based off of that. So we just want to go out there, play freely, have fun doing it, and then once we do that, we click as an offense.
What part of your game do you think JMU fans are going to get to see the most this year? Is it your shiftiness in the backfield, catching passes out in the flats, or power rushing right down the gut?
I think all the above. For me, everyone says what's my favorite type of run game. It's just when the ball's in my hand, I like going north and south. So you'll see a lot of that, a lot of end zones, a lot of touchdowns. So just get ready to see that starting August 31st.
How much did you know about JMU before they started recruiting you?
I knew a little bit. Just like I said, I have a sibling who plays at Sam Houston. So they played against JMU in the playoffs a few years ago. Forgot who won. But yeah, so I knew a lot about JMU. I knew about their success. I knew about their championships. And even when I got here, just talking to a few of the players, I talked to Trent Hendricks about like the dynamic at JMU. He just told me that like we just win here, and I kind of knew that before coming, and it's kind of cool seeing that culture around here.
With all the talent and experience in the O-line and the running back room, is there any pressure to produce this year, or is it just the expectation?
I feel like it's the expectation. It's kind of funny. I was watching a Kobe video 2 days ago. He was saying preparation eliminates pressure, and I feel like that's what Chesney is all about. Just preparing each and every day. So I feel like that kind of eliminates the pressure a little bit. Just go out there and just do what we've been doing day in and day out.
It's been great so far. I had the privilege of coming here early in January and kind of getting to spend time with those guys through the winter and spring ball, and then even in the summer. That was kind of huge for us, just to kind of build our camaraderie, and I've gotten really close with all the guys, so it's been great.
You know the staff obviously, but
Yeah.
how beneficial is that spring period to just get to know the other guys?
It's huge because like you said, I mean, I'm familiar with the staff. I know mostly all of them, but it was really the guys on the team. That's what I was excited about when I got here, was just meeting the guys, building those relationships, and then obviously getting out on the field and playing together. So, having that time in the off season, that was huge for us.
Does it feel good to be back with Coach Smith after you left the league?
It does. It was kind of crazy how it all turned out, and when they said he was coming back, I couldn't believe it, especially too because I had Coach Czar my last year at Holy Cross, so I had my two college O-line coaches both coaching me, so that's not many people can say that, so that's pretty cool.
What kind of coaches are both of those guys? How would you explain them to the guys that were here before?
They're unreal. They've just taught me so much, both of them, about technique, not just technique, but just like X's and O's wise, like recognizing defenses and, how to recognize not just what the defense, like what the D-line's doing, but the secondary, if we can maybe read blitzes and stuff like that. So they've been huge for us, both coaches.
It's been like playing next to Cole Potts. What impressions
It's been awesome. It's been awesome. It was pretty easy. The biggest thing was just kind of communicating and getting that down. But I mean, he's just such a good player. So, pretty much from day one, it was pretty easy stepping in there. Just kind of figuring out how to work together. And obviously he's a great player, so it's great playing next to him.
At this point in camp, would you say the line's strength is run blocking or pass blocking?
I mean, it's tough. I think the last few days we've been running the ball really well. I think we've kind of been installing a little bit more of, things that we're going to run a lot during the season. So the first few days, it's not a lot, but, now that we have a lot more in, I think, I honestly think run blocking we're doing good, but I also think in pass pro we're doing pretty good.
What's the dynamic like with those guys that have played a lot of snaps here together, and then you come in and this coach's terminology,
Yep.
and, calls and everything else.
Yeah.
What's that been like?
It's been great. I mean, that was, like you said, we know what the coaches are about. We know, what they want. That's why they brought some of us. But really gelling with the guys, that was the biggest thing. And, we didn't want to, change the culture they have because they obviously have been winning here for a while. So, for us coming in, it was just about kind of blending in what we know with Coach Chesney and mixing it with what these guys, what they've been doing. And I think it's been going great so far.
Do you find that you're kind of stepping up as a leader considering the coaching staff? And
Yeah.
kind of like the other guys, hey, this is kind of the
Yep.
expectation?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is I've always kind of been a more quiet guy, but just knowing the staff and knowing how they like things, that's the biggest thing is just trying to step up and be a leader. So I've been trying to be more vocal with not just the O-line but the whole offense.
Talking a little bit about the run blocking that you all have had the past couple of days.
Yeah.
What has it been like blocking for this stable of running backs? What have you seen out of those playmakers?
I mean, they're unreal. I mean, when you just watch it on film, you see some of the ways, those guys are just able to jump cut and do some of those things. It's pretty crazy. And it's a talented running back room, so it's not like it's just one guy. It's multiple guys that are doing it. So it's honestly pretty crazy when we turn the film on and just see some of the plays those guys make.
You've had a lot of tight ends that have come over to help block as well. People like Taylor Thompson, Kai Wright, same thing with Logan Kyle. What have you seen out of those boys trying to hop in the trenches?
They're doing a great job. I mean, that's not easy as a tight end. I know they want to run routes, but when those guys can get on the line and block, that makes our offense even better. So it's great.
You guys have your first scrimmage on Saturday. I feel like that's kind of one of those milestone parts of camp. Just
Yeah.
how much you guys looking forward to that, and how do you kind of use that as a checkpoint period to assess where you guys are so far?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we'll have most of our install in, so now we'll really get a chance to open up our playbook and sorry, these guys are. We'll kind of get a chance to open up the playbook and just kind of run different plays and kind of just see how they look and stuff like that. So it's a great opportunity for us, and we're excited for it.
How does it feel to have a fan club and that wants to stand here and watch you win?
It's unreal. It's unreal. These guys are the best. These guys are the best. I love playing with them, so it's awesome.
Who's been the hardest player to go up against in camp?
I mean, there's multiple. I mean, going against Amar every day has been great. Going against Eric O'Neal, those guys are fast off the ball, and obviously both they're quick and strong. So you got to be on your game, and even going against guys like Lloyd, it's just great for me. So, those guys push me every single day, and they've been making me really play my best. So it's
You
great.
guys have meetings with the running back core and Coach Smith together.
We do, yeah. So obviously we meet as an O-line, but we also meet with the running backs. We'll do walkthroughs with them because at the end of the day, it's important to know what we do, but also from a running back perspective, that's also huge. Not just what they're doing in the run game, but also in blitz pickup and stuff like that. We got to know who they're going to, so that's important.
One of the new additions to this offensive line, Jesse Ramil, has been making a lot of noise in camp. How have you been impressed with this left-hand side of the line?
They're doing great. They're doing great. I mean, Jesse's doing a great job. He's just been playing really well. Knows the plays, and he's playing really hard. And also Carter Sweezy. Those guys are doing a great job. So, you see some of the plays out on that side, and they're moving, dude. So it's fun to watch those guys.
Let's talk about the other day how you really have kind of stepped up as a leader, especially with so many new faces. Just talk about kind of building chemistry with the guys in the room with you and how that's gone this camp.
Honestly, it's gone pretty smooth, if I'm being honest. The guys that came in are, older guys. They've been around for a while, and it's been really easy to gel. And plus the freshmen, I knew some of them in high school, so it's been really easy to get them and, just keep a positive attitude through these tough days.
What's it kind of been like learning
It's definitely been a challenge, but I think we're finding our stride right now. We definitely, have a bunch of new communication, and we're doing way better than spring, so it's been good.
What do you think is the most important thing for the new guys to learn? Is it the playbook? Is it just chemistry, communication?
Really, it's communication. If you guys mess up, just all mess up as one piece. If you're messing up and half the people are running one coverage and half the people are running the other coverage, then you're just bound to have a touchdown put on you. But it's communication and probably a positive attitude. You're gonna have bad days during camp. You just got to make sure that you bounce back and have a good day the next day.
A lot of the new guys are coming from smaller schools, and now they're maybe fighting for spots while they're maybe the captain in year 4. How do you think that is gelling together? Do you think everyone is listening to each other the same way?
I think it's it's pretty good. Obviously, people want to get on the field and play, but our coaches are doing a really good job at rotating us, seeing what guys fit in places, and I think they'll put the best players out on the field.
What should we expect from Kai Holmes this year? How has he improved?
Oh, I mean, he's improved greatly. I know he's been injured the last couple of years, but he's going to make a statement this year, and I'm really happy that he's next to my side.
There's a lot of new faces back there. I mean, it seems like every other position it's a new face. Are there anyone that's really stood out to you so far that you're like, wow, that was a great play?
Honestly, JT, he's a really athletic, physical corner. All the new corners that came in, Spence that came in, he's very physical, plays very well with his hands. Kai Holmes, and I know he's not new, but, having him next to me is just really good. And even Ray and Chris, hearing their experience on and off the field, it's awesome. So it's been good.
You've talked a little bit about improvement on the other positions around you in the secondary. What's it like going back, having the film from this past year and now being able to improve during an offseason and during a camp? What have you focused on to get better at this year?
Honestly, I've just focused on, my technique and my eyes during the whole thing. I think last year I was a little bit timid when it comes to, playing against different opponents and different wide receivers. So I think my eyes and my techniques will carry me through this whole season and just getting them better throughout.
And you have a new number this year, 27 this past year.
Yep.
Can you speak about number 27 on the defense now, Jacob Dobbs? What's it like to have a new quarterback in the defense, so to say?
What a guy. I miss my guy, number 11, but, Dobbs has come in and, he plays his role perfectly. He's the leader of this defense. He talks to everybody. He has great communication, and he just gels well with everybody. He knows everybody's name, even though he hasn't been here for a while. But, I love seeing 27 in front of me.
How's that number swap go? Did he call you after he transferred and asked for it, or did you kind of give it to him?
He actually sent me a DM on Instagram, and, he kind of texted me. He was like, hey, I don't know what you're going to do, but if you want to keep 27, I'll look for a different number or whatever. But, I wanted to change my number anyway, so I was like, hey, you got it. 27's your number. You got it.
Why 7?
I honestly wanted 3 at first, but, 3 was given to one of our D linemen that actually transferred. So I talked to Coach Chesney, and, I was like, what other numbers are there? He was like, there's 7 and 12. I took 7. He gave me a little quote, this whole thing, and I really liked it, and I stuck with it.
You said obviously there were some things from last year that you wanted to improve on. What kind of steps are you taking to make sure that those are getting better?
Just getting in the film room more, talking with my coach Mike more, just extra work whenever I can, getting with the more experienced guys that have been out here for a while, like Ray and Chris, and, some of the corners that have been out here for a while, just get my feet better, my eyes better, but just working at it constantly every single day.
What's it like working with your new position coach? You kind of seem to have all the energy out here.
Yeah, he's amazing. I couldn't ask for anybody better. He will bring the energy every single day. It looks like he just went through a full practice with how much he's sweating, but no, that's my guy, and he's working to get us better every day, and he's like honestly just a big brother for all of us.
How much does having a coach with that kind of energy not just inspire you, but kind of inspire everybody else in the position group to kind of work hard every day?
I mean, it makes you want to come out to practice and just play your butt off, and having him fly around and run to every station and, hyping you up every single play just makes you want to keep going and play harder and, get to the ball whenever they do whatever. But, it's awesome just to see him out there doing that.
I got to know, have you used college football, the new college football game, to scout your opponents this season yet?
I have not. We play a lot in the locker room already. We're getting a little feel for, what teams do and how their offense runs and stuff like that. But, no, we just like playing the game in there.
I got to ask. ask, you're not. I don't think you're in the game, right?
I'm not. No.
What do we gotta do to get you in there, man? Like, when
No.
does the season start?
Yeah, something messed up with my email. You know, they didn't get me in. They sent me a little. I'll be in there soon. That's all right.
Chauncey Logan is a member of your class and is also one of the only returners in the secondary that's had a lot of snaps. How has he impressed you in this camp, and what do you think you guys now have chemistry together with so many new faces?
Honestly, I just think we have a lot of connection from last season, you know, just building it through. He had a little bit of an injury at the start, but now he's back, and, you know, just carrying it over through all the practices and our communication, you know, just getting on the same page through everything. And, you know, having him returning from last year's, you know, it's awesome just to see a familiar face with you.
With the first scrimmage on Saturday, I think that's always kind of one of the monumental points at camp. Just what do you all hope to accomplish on the defensive side?
Well, first we want, you know, everyone to be healthy, obviously, but I think the biggest thing is really communication. I'll keep harping on it just because, you know, it'll get you through a lot of, you know, tough things. You might see formations you haven't seen in a while. You might get motions you didn't even plan for. But if you have that communication through everything, then you guys will be good.